It's the JT Cho Show!
10, 9,
Welcome back to another edition of the JT Show. I'm your host, JT. This is the 79th, I'm guessing, episode of the JT Show, June 1st. Where did May go? Right out the window. You see, you're like, man, dude, what are you, standing up? You're looking good? Looking a little slim? Thanks. I want to say thanks. I'm energetic. Now, here's the thing. On my Twitch, y'all are called the villagers. I didn't make it, but it was voted upon. I took the viewers' vote, and that's what we went with. But I got chores to do. I also got to run 6 miles, and then I'm going to be streaming, and I don't want my day to go to waste. So I thought, man, I'm going to make an exciting camera angle and still talk to you and do a podcast. I'm going to film it all on the iPhone 10. You may be wondering, but don't you have a professional mic that picks up better audio quality? Well, actually, the USB on that mic kind of took a little shit. It's a $2 part to fix. If I can find somebody that solders things, then I can have them just take it apart and solder a new USB part on for $2 plus labor. So I have to either invest in a soldering kit or figure out something to do it. But it's an easy $2 fix. I've also hit up the website to see if, honestly, I'd rather just send one off. But, with wanting to build my new studio downstairs, I will say that it's time to get a second mic anyway. So even though I'll probably still fix the first Blue Yeti mic, I'm probably going to pick up a second one just so when I drop my PC downstairs, and then I can have 2 cameras to record. And then I can also have 2 mics plugged in, picked up for audio quality. So, oh well. So right now I'm probably gonna go with the Yeti Black right now. It's $119. It's not a bad price. I like the $160 version. I think it's called the X, like Extreme. But the things that make that mic a little nicer, it's just like it's got some flashy bells and whistles, like your mic audio like the how loud you talk, like with a meter, it shows on the front of the mic when you're talking into it, and it's got more lights on it, so you can basically see more. It's visually more pleasing. You can change the light colors, but I don't know if I want to pay an extra like $45-$50 for the fancy one, but I'm probably gonna order that today or tomorrow. So right now I'm like, well, I might as well, use my AirPods, and so here we are. So we're doing some dishes. I do want to say, if you watched last week's episode of the JT Show, I kind of have to apologize. It was just one of those things where I got through my content real quick. Sometimes I jot down little side notes on topics that I want to hit. A topic that I do want to hit today is being a fan, the NBA currently. We're going to talk about some tennis stuff too, but last week I could have just been like, oh, what else to talk about? But really, I was just kind of burnt out. I'm not burnt out because I'm not getting viewers, man. This is like a therapy, okay? It's like, hey guys, I'm a comedian who's not famous and still has a long way to go because he's been working on his material, and he owns a house because he's not sacrificing everything yet. He could move back in with his parents, and they could watch his animals. They could save thousands of dollars a month just to do stand-up more, but I want to be fully independent. I think it's part of the struggle. Eventually, will I have to move? Maybe, probably, but yeah, I was just burnt after doing that little segment, and I kind of hit the wall. If you watched last week's episode, you might have seen it. No, I seen it, but I just hit it, man. It's like getting the wind knocked out of you. It's like, if I could relate it to any feeling in the world, it's like you're playing basketball and you haven't hit any shot throughout like the whole day, and it's like the fourth quarter, and you get the ball passed to you for like a wide open 3-pointer, and you either clank it off the rim or airball it. So you just shake your head and just, someone sub me the fuck out, like just let me sit on the. I mean, dude, some games you're on fire, some games you're not, but it's a horrible feeling, But I just had to end it, and then I went for a run. Now, running lately has been killer for me. Miracle May ended. Today's June 1st, as I did it in the introduction. But I know, exciting. I've got body movements. I'm not just sitting here. I'm not being stagnant. But man, I lost 14 pounds. 14 pounds in the month of May. Now, my cheat meal was the first fast food like burger, chicken sandwich. Like I had Subway, but that 920 calorie foot long sub. So the oven roasted chicken sandwich with mozzarella cheese, also with green peppers, banana peppers, spinach, and one line of chipotle sauce, salt and peppered, is 920 calories. Some days I'd run like 6 miles, so I'm like, I need like 100 calories. Well, like 1,000. So, but my first meal, I had that Wendy's Deluxe Pub Burger, and oh my goodness, did it smack my lips tight. So good. It was a 1,200 calorie meal, but yesterday I said, you know what? If you want Wendy's for your cheat meal, I don't care if it's your cheat day. Go for a run. I actually had a fellow friend through the military. You can watch her on Twitch. Her name is Kat. I'll throw her link in the video bio, but for Twitch, but she, being Snap friends, and I actually like being motivated. Like the motivational ones, for working out, it's like, yeah, hell yeah. So I went and I ran 4 miles, and my splits were they were crazy. My first mile was a 7:22, followed by an 8:15, because I was like, man, that 7:22 just burned me out. And then I came back with a 7:11. Now, I remember during my third mile, this is when the third mile is, you're coming up on one of the last big turns. In the city that I live at, there's one more major road to cross, so you might get a nice 45 second to a minute. If you're lucky, you might get that long for a break when you're waiting for traffic. But I didn't this time because there was no traffic, so basically you didn't get that nice little breather. But I remember during my third mile where I was at, and I was like, why does it feel my heart's gonna explode? I was breathing like, inhale, exhale every 2 steps, because I was just in this weird fast pace. And then when I looked at my watch, I was like, man, dude, I'm sprinting, And then the last lap I came back with like a 7:34 pace or 7:43 pace, 1 or 2, but I kept it still 15 seconds under, and I'm like, all right, I like that. I like the way it felt. Today I'm not gonna push it. Today I'm gonna run probably a slow, today I'll run a slow 6 miles. So today I'll probably running a nice easy to 8:20 pace, 8:30 pace, really draw out that run. And after golf, which by the way, I went to the driving range last week. We're hopping all over the place. But referencing golf, today, that's why I got the polo on, and the Moose Run golf course in Alaska that I hit with the famous Pepper. I did fairly well today. I didn't do well on a couple holes, but that happens. It's fine. By the way, these knives on Amazon, not a sponsor. One Bison. They come in like 3 different colors. Dude, for 24 bucks, they are some sharp ass knives, man. They're pretty nice. But yeah, so golf today, I did fairly well. My distances and my striking, I went to the driving range with Turtle, and that really helped me out, just hitting clubs at 100, 75, 50. My sand wedge, I hit about 30 balls with my sand wedge, and now I want to kiss it on the lips. It's working out for me. Beat the old timer today. You know, he didn't, you know, he wasn't golfing his hottest, but you know, got that victory. If my brosive comes down this weekend, we're gonna go golfing on the weekend, and I really hope I beat him because I hate losing. But you know, woke up early, had a nice day of golf, and you know, on the golf course, I'm golfing so well. Like, you know, I'm hitting one shot, and then my next shot is another. Like, oh wow, look at it, it's right next to the green. So I got a lot of time to think. You know, I'm not, you know, a lot of space between my balls. That's what she said. But a lot of space today between each shot. So as I was walking up, I was like, okay, I gotta go here. Gotta pick up some cleaning supplies. I want some Chinese food today because it's June 1st. So I wanted to slam some Chinese food. But that's why the payoff is, hey, you're gonna slam all this Chinese food today, but you gotta go for a 6-mile run. So I said fair. I said fair me. I said me. That's fair. That's fair trade me. You know, when you're talking to yourself, you debate with yourself. You're like, okay, pros, cons, self. What do you want to do today? Do you just want to sit inside and not talk to anybody? Because I love that. Do you just want to play video games and not do anything and shut the world away? I fucking love that. I love it. Sidebar, I just finished the Doc's book, and the Doc will never see this because I will probably, I mean, like, look, yes, I want to be famous, and yes, I want to be a great comedian, but realistically, the chances are slim to none. So that's why the overall chances of the Doc ever seeing this segment, and I'm referencing Dr. Disrespect, the streamer, a YouTuber now, probably the most entertaining streamer in the world. I didn't really like his book. I mean, it's totally Doc. The book reads well, like if you can read with a Doc voice in your head while you're reading it and say the yeah, you know, and you know, all the Doc isms and things like that. Yeah, it makes the book entertaining. But like, I was hoping to actually like learn about the Doc, and like, you know, spoiler alert from here, I'm not gonna like ruin the entire book ending, but they even touch on it, like, you know, this is why you write a book, and it's just like, I wish there was more of an, like, I don't know, he wrote a book that was sort of silly haha, and like, that's supposed to be the book about Doc's life, and I don't know if it's because the books that I've been reading have been more made for adults, and this one kind of makes it seem that it wasn't. I don't know. I mean, like, I should shut the fuck up. I haven't written a book yet, and I've been wanting to write a book for like 10 years, but every time I sit down, I'm like, I'm not fucking creative. It's like the internal fucking struggle of self-doubt. You're just like, oh God, no good ideas. Like, but you just got to put words on paper, you know? It's tough. But I just didn't, I wanted to enjoy it. The next book, let me dry my hands real quick. Give me 1 second. My next book is going to be a Joe Rogan recommendation. It's The War of Art. So I'm hoping, I mean, this is a real skinny book. It's 163 pages. So, you know, if I take a day out and just crush this, you know, just, I could probably, I'm going to take notes on this. So the thing that I need to do tomorrow is, I might even do this today if I keep being productive, is I need to go to Office Max, because yeah, you can find a nice notebook at Myers and stuff, but I need to go to Office Max, both not a sponsor, because I want to get like a nice notebook highlighter set, because I really need to start doing the things that I said that I wanted to do for my sets. What I want to do is write down the topics with highlighters, or like, you know, referencing where the joke is at, like, hey, this joke is here and this joke is here. Write this down on a notebook, so when I build my sets, it can reference where it's fully written down. Has the topic themes, I can write how it went, what can I change about it, watch film with it. I really gotta. I mean, I had kind of a notebook, but honestly, I got on my phone one day when I finally got like the iPhone 7, and I took an entire notebook and I just typed it into my phone. So I've had like a list of jokes on my phone for a very long time now. So I don't really like, Joe Rogan says it a lot too, but it's kind of true. I don't like typing very well on a Mac computer. So sometimes I just use my gaming PC to type because it has like a really clicky keyboard, and I kind of like appreciate that. But maybe one of these days I can finally just quit being a procrastinator and put some words on paper and write it. And if it goes unpublished, then just upload it as like a free book, man, and then take the time to audio record it, because I mean those are hobbies of mine. And then record your book and read it and throw an audio book up on the YouTube. And hey man, you just gotta do what you gotta do for your hobby. Some people like building fucking airplanes and trains and wearing little conductor suits while they do it, and I'm like, that's pretty fucking weird. But then again, I'm talking to nobody right now and having a full-on fucking conversation, imagining, hey, what are my viewers fucking listening to? Me fucking talk about goddamn nonsense, But that's me. You're listening to a motherfucking 30-year-old man with a mustache that looks crazy thick today, who wants to be a stand-up comedian, who despises his current job, whose hobbies include, streaming, everything that doesn't get you a girlfriend. Oh, I thought that was a cop out the window. No, but yeah, it just... I do the things that make me happy, and right now I'm doing dishes and, filming a podcast. I've never done that. This is first for me. Super first. Cleaned up the background a little bit. Really, really, really killing it right now, because that means I can probably make it to the stove and my run before a certain time, because I'm really trying to keep the clock pressed so I can stream. I want to stream for as long as I can today. I might be playing Cyber. I don't know what I'll be doing. I don't know what game I'll be streaming, but let's visit a topic. We're going to talk about fans right now currently let's talk about fans right now. When I went to high school, student sections would call me Ginger and stuff like that. Friendly banters. Nuts and bolts, we got screwed. Airballs are rough. Those are rough. That's part of the game. But when you're talking about people's families, like when you're throwing water bottles, like, I don't care if it's a water bottle and you're mad that you got charged for assault. Like, if you don't, then what's the next thing that gets thrown? A chair? It's like, first of all, if you ever spit on another fucking human being, you're a trash person. Like, if you get spit on, if I get spit on, I'm probably going to jail for murder. Like, I'm not talking about like when someone's talking with a lot of spit and it's gross, but it happens. I'm talking about someone hawks a loogie and it hits you right in. If I get hit in the face with a loogie, I'm probably going to fucking prison. I think that's where my rationality off switch just completely shuts itself down, because I would just go into full on rage mode. All these antics from fans that I've seen in the, like spitting on Trae Young, the water bottle, saying things to people's families in Utah, it's gotta stop. Like, are these, what league was it? There was another organization that banned alcohol at its premises because people can't handle being drunk around each other. I don't know. Maybe the pandemic, because we've been online just sucking in all this terrible information from both sides of the media and being just brainwashed motherfuckers and believing the first person to say anything anywhere. Maybe all that shit finally caught up after a year being inside, and now everyone's I don't know if you're extremist on one side and it's ride or die Trump, or it's ride or die this, or it's ride or die Biden. But, like, by the way, I saw that fan get socked in the Padres-Rockies game. That guy didn't press charges, so he was probably running his fucking mouth and got knocked out. But what I'm saying is, all that extra stuff has to stop. Because we can't be having these players get hurt. We can't be having, like, look, the Brawl at the Palace at its time was probably the peak of an entertainment night, but still, that should have never happened. And as a Pistons fan, I'll never forget it. This is one of the most wild things I've ever seen in my entire life. But was it right? No, it wasn't. It was crazy. But we don't need that in basketball, you know? Like, just let them play. Shut your mouth. You can razz them. Like, if you're like, hey, you miss, or bum, you know, like, if you want to hit them with a stat, like, I mean, I don't know if Crybaby's going too far, but, I mean, because certain players are, but I don't know. There's a fine line. I don't ever, like, go after people's families. I'd be like, if I'm pressing a player, I'll be like, hey, catch the ball. You know, I don't know. I don't really heckle players that much. And you know, my philosophy on life is like, unless you're going to talk the nonsense to me, I'm not really going to kick it and talk the nonsense with you, you know? Like, I'm not going to come up to you and be like, oh, you suck. I don't know you. I don't know your name. I don't know where you're from. So why am I talking to you? Why am I talking smack to you? So instead, you know, I generally just go to the game to enjoy it, and if someone approaches me and begins shit talking, I then say, hey, you don't know who I am. Please excuse yourself. Happened to those cats in Loyola, Chicago, down in San Antonio, chilling with my dad and my brother, walking through the Riverwalk. Some Loyola Chicago fans were like, Michigan, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, minus 10 points for Gryffindor. And because I'm like, you guys look like fucking Harry Potter. They were like, we don't like that. And I was like, 20 points for Southern. And I was like, where's the Quidditch Cup? And they're like, fuck this guy, man. We're not Harry Potter. We're a real school. I'm a real boy. But all this fan shit has to stop to that point where they're crossing the line. It's a wild world. I never thought the spitting thing is the thing that got to me the most. And I was watching, I think ESPN. It might have been Jalen and Jacoby, but there's someone that was talking about, like, people don't even go to the zoo and spit on animals, you know? Like, and that struck me. I was like, holy shit, you know, like, that's right. But these garbage human beings are spitting on fucking people. Like, what gives you the right? And by the way, like, you're sitting in, like, a $5,000 seat. Like, that's what money does to you. Just gives you the right to spit on fucking people. Because that's fucking... You're a terrible motherfucker. Like... Just gets me fucking heated. Now, another thing that I wanted to touch on. Wow. Look at that transition. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is tennis. Now, I do watch tennis, Nadal, Federer, but Naomi, I think it's Osaka. She withdrew from the French tournament, and she's kind of going through, I guess, a mental illness, which, I mean, to be real, you can't really question someone's, like, mental situation, you know? Like, I don't have the right to judge it. The commission isn't making any exceptions for mental health. There's been a lot of criticism against her. I think she's A, exciting for the entire game of tennis. B, she likes anime, which just gives us somebody in our corner where you can be like, look at this, another professional sports person. liking anime. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, well, you have to do it. You have to do it because, it's part of the contract and this and that. But it's like, look what Marshawn Lynch ended up doing. He just started saying shit like, I'm just here so I don't get fined. I think one of the times he said like Happy New Year or whatever. Like it was Happy New Year, Happy New Year. But I just don't get it. Where someone's just not a professional athlete should have the right to sue if you're not going to accommodate like a mental illness. It's weird. I don't know. If they don't want to talk to the press, like why? Like because it's not getting views. Well, too bad. Maybe set something up where players still do a press conference. They just don't take questions, But it's unfortunate to see this younger raw talent that's just rising in front of our eyes come up, and they're like, "Oh, we might suspend you." And she's like, "I've had enough of this." As like a fan of the sport, that like breaks my heart that somebody's not going to be able to participate because they're going through something, man. I don't know. Everyone's gone through some shit. What kind of obligation, man? I'm the best tennis player in the world, so I'm obligated. I don't know. Do they sign contracts with these fucking majors? I don't know. But it's crazy that you can be one of the best golfers in the world. Like, unless you talk to these people, you can't play tennis here. It's fucking crazy. It's the crazy world we live in. The world where every day I eat like 2 bananas because I've been running a lot, got a lot of potassium. And so, again, I'm recording this podcast and I'm going to throw it on the old computer, upload it, go for that run, run, go to the store, and I'll be streaming. It's not a bad order, not a bad life. Been losing that weight though. That's what's the most exciting part about Miracle May. Was I had a cheat day in Miracle May, but it wasn't like cheat meals. It was having a couple of drinking poos. But that was in celebration of helping my buddy get his website up. So I've also been going through this eye thing lately where it looks pretty good right now, but I wear a mask for like 12 hours a day because I work 12-hour shifts. And it's really been affecting my eyes lately. I don't know if it's having allergies for the first time or what it is, but it's very annoying. That's what it is. So, I'm seeing an eye specialist right now. Hopefully it's just allergies or something. I've never really had it to this point where it's been this terrible, but what can you do, man? You can just press on. I've been using these special eye drops and that's just something I've been dealing with, and it sucks. It's your eyes, man. I just want to see shit, like you just can't touch it. You want to dig in it all day. It's the roughest. Hey, you know what really grinds my gears? Where I live at in Michigan, Consumer Energies provides me my bills. So they're always harping on you like, we turned on your air conditioner between 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Like, no, bitch. I work fucking hard to be cold inside my fucking house in the middle of the day. Now you want me to turn my shit down? Hell no, it's fucking 92 out. I want it to feel 72 in here. But between the hours of 2 p.m. and 7 p.m., the rates go up by 50% for those hours. Isn't that fucking bullshit? You're just going to charge me? Oh, so since I won't turn it down, you're just going to charge me more money between that window? It's fucking highway robbery. What am I going to do? Fucking get on a bike like a goddamn gerbil and power my fucking house up like all day? Just sit outside and be like, this is how I lose weight. I just pedal for fucking 19 hours so I can use the power for an hour before I go to bed and pedal for 19 more hours. What the fuck am I going to do? Just keep paying the fucking electric company while they fucking give it to me. It's rough. It's being an adult and it sucks. It's the roughest. I just don't understand how they can just be like, yeah, you know what? We'll just, rates are going to be 50% more during those times. And it's like, why? Now I have to finish the basement. I'm going to. But now it's ever more present that I do. It's ever more needed that I do. I don't know the word there. But because, I'm going to be probably turning off the shit up here and kicking it in the basement where it's cooler just because I got to save money. Look what they're doing to me here, Linda. Look what they're doing to me. They're making me work overtime just so I can be cool in my house between the hours of 2 and 7. When I don't want to be outside because it's too hot, and then now in my house that it's too hot. Look what they're doing to me, Linda. I don't know what to tell you. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy. Does that not sound fucking crazy? Sounds like it. It's fucking highway robbery, man. Fuck you, Consumers Energy. Not a sponsor. I'll probably never get hired by them. I've only applied to them once, but I stand where I stand. If I ever apply, I just have to, cut the rules. Someone's gonna just like record this little segment, and then one day I'm like the, VP of I'm the assistant CEO. Just accepted the position. For that company. I completely gave up my aspirations, but I left this video up and someone clipped it, sent them in, and said, "Hey, consumers, look what your goddamn assistant CEO said." And I'm like, "Oh, fuck you, man." I fucked myself. I'd be like, "Yeah, I said those things. I was a different person. I'd have to apologize for that joke that I made." Which, I'm still a newer comedian, so I don't really have a lot of... I grew up with the generation of movies that can't be made anymore because we're all just oversensitive little mother... We're just little oversensitive. We're just all oversensitive. So, because of that, there's some comedy that lacks, but I've never really said anything on stage that I would regret. And if people will take offense to the jokes that I make, I'd say, I think really hard about these. I'm not up here just spouting off things just to make people feel like shit, and I don't believe in the shit. I'm just trying to make points about the shit that may not be funny to you, but that's hilarious to me and what I'm trying to put the spin on it for. So there's just shit I think about like that all the time, But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna record this to 100 episodes. We're almost there. And at 100, reevaluate the format, see if I need to do shorter time, more guests, this and that. But hey, we're making great time today. I want to thank you guys so much for being with me. I'm about to drink the rest of my water, go for this run. Then I'm going to go to the stove, shower, and then I'm going to be on Twitch. I'm going to upload this first before I go on my run. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to the JT Show. Leave a comment if you're here. Let me know if you guys want me to talk about anything, or if you guys liked any of the segments, or how you feel about the the asshole fans we have today in the NBA stands. Anything that I talked about, just leave a comment. Appreciate you guys. You guys have a blessed one.